guest that is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sammetti. The YouTube WyzGyz. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.
Hello. Welcome to WyzGyz Entertainment. This is your host, Wyman. We are joined today by our very special guest, Andy 1stMan Smith. How's it going, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good. Good to have you on again.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh,
Always happy to be back.
Awesome. What's new with you, man?
Just
going on?
Trying to pimp 1stMan Volume 2 as much as I can and get signups and stuff for it, because I'm hoping to launch it on Friday. Then, of course, as you've got on the scroll and stuff, I've got Volume 1 right here, which I just packed up about 9 of them to mail out today. So if anybody backs it, it goes in the mail generally the same day or the next day for sure.
Ooh, sweet.
Yeah, so just working on that and trying to get the promotion going for that stuff. So
this is actually your third campaign already. Good golly.
Yeah.
So what is the fulfillment like for you? I mean, is it pretty easy to handle for you, or is it like a new experience? Or
well, it was a new experience for sure, because the first campaign I did, which was for the Jungle Lords Ultra book, flip book, the printer handled all the fulfillment. So
all right.
That was easy. But for this one, I went with a different printer just for cost purposes and stuff. So I handled all the fulfillment. So, I did I got the big cases of Gemini mailers and stocked up on bags and backboards. I mean, I already had some for my own collection, but doing this much, I had to go out and buy hundreds of those. And I had a buddy of mine come over, and he helped me bag and board books and put them in the Geminis and stuff. But I was actually able to tackle, I'd say 90% of fulfillment in just 7 days. So, it's a curse. It's a catch-22, because, I'd love to have double, triple the amount of backers, which of course fulfillment would take 3-4 weeks. But with the amount of backers I had, I was able to do it in 8-9 days. So hopefully with the next campaign, it'll blow up, and it'll take me 1.5 to 2 months to fulfill, because I'll have so many. Hopefully it'll blow up to the point where I can pay my daughter to get her butt up here and help me do stuff. So.
Well, I thought that the whole point of becoming a parent is free child labor.
Yeah, I wish. My kid is a little too smart for that. So, and she it's funny. This just cracks me up. So my daughter's really good at video editing. That's what she likes to do.
Wow.
She graduated high school this past year. She's 18.
Oh.
She's real good at video editing. So I said, I'm doing my Mornings with Andy show on YouTube, and I created my own entrance video for it, minute-long video graphic for it. But I said, look, I'm going to use this as a placeholder. Why don't you make me one, and I'll pay you? I'll pay you. I'm your client. I'll pay you to do it. She's like, oh, okay. And she actually did. So I do another show with my buddy Dennis, the Dennis and Andy show. And she did intro for that show, and we paid her, and she did it pretty quick. And as soon as it was done and we liked it, she came up, put her hand out. She literally went, pay me. So we paid her. So I said, hey, I want a video intro for my show. This is what I want. Put one together. Dude, it's been like 7-8 weeks. And I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing some fan edits on Star Wars, because she loves Star Wars now.
Oh my God.
I'm like, you don't get paid for that, right? She's like, no. I'm like, I'm paying you. Finish my video. So, and now she has a part-time job, at a store in town. So I'll probably never see it, so I'll just use what I have.
Oh my
But
god.
it's like, what is with kids these days?
That's great.
Yeah.
Sounds like
so,
she's got a bit of an entrepreneurial spirit. That's cool.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Seems like you raised her right. That's good.
I tried.
You said she's working in a store. Is that at all related to video editing?
No. She works at Bed Bath and Beyond.
All right.
Doesn't matter if I say where. So, yeah, no, it's her. You know, she never had. Well, so last year before COVID, when she was 16, we were like, okay, you know, we'll get you need to get a part-time job. You know, you're 16 now. You should get a part-time job. Blah blah blah. And then stupid COVID. So forget it. So now she's 18 and things were opening back up and whatever, getting back to normal. So, you know, she graduated high school and we're like, okay, now you're getting a part-time job because you graduated high school. And even though you're going to take classes in the fall, she's doing it remotely from home.
Oh, yeah.
We were like, yeah, you need to work. So, you know, she now has a part-time job and she's liking it so far. It's only been a week, but she's liking it so far. So
It's kind of crazy, the job market out there, how there are so many in the customer service industry who are having hard times hiring staff because the money coming from the government for unemployment is to be more than what they would earn if they were working.
Oh yeah, if my daughter had a chance, because you know, obviously 18, she doesn't qualify to be able to go, oh, I need money from the government because she never got laid off or anything.
Right.
But she would make more doing that than doing the part-time stuff she's doing, you know? And it's like, it's crazy. And it's funny too, because she applied at like 5 or 6 different places. And, you know, it was like the 6th place that she got the job. And I'm like, I thought everybody was, you know, every place she applied had the sign up, you know, help wanted. It wasn't like I was just like, oh, just go apply. No, it was like grocery stores, Target, and you know, she finally got one. It was crazy.
That's so weird. I mean, companies are starving for help.
Yeah.
Some are so short-staffed that they severely reduce their hours.
Yeah.
And some will close early, and it's like ridiculous.
Yeah, totally.
Welcome, Aria Blackness. Hey, Andy. I think 1stMan is awesome.
Why, thank you very much.
I also think WyzGyz is awesome. Thanks much, man. You're
That's
pretty
cool.
Cool. Yeah. So since this is your 3rd campaign now, are there like any lessons learned from previous campaigns that you brought forward and tackled and resolved in the 3rd campaign?
I mean, I think just tightening it up when it comes to, you know, what to show graphic wise, the order of things. I still, even for this new one, I still looked at other people's successful campaigns to see how they organize stuff on their page, you know, the tiers and stuff that I'm offering people. So yeah, I mean, I think it's, for me at least, it's just a constant learning process, you know.
Right on. Let's see here. So we've got 1stMan.
Yep, there's the first one. Yep. Go on demand. Like I said, shipping out daily.
So everything is completed. You have all the swag.
Oh yeah, man.
Fulfill immediately upon getting the order in.
I woke up today and had 8 new orders, and right before I came on your channel, I got done taping up the Gemini mailers, and when we're done, I'm going to run them out to the post office.
Oh wow!
So, yep.
So
yeah, no, I mean, you know, the funny thing is, I can fit 5 mailers in my mailbox in front of my house because I got an oversized mailbox.
Okay.
But I've got 8. And I'm like, oh, I got to actually drive to the post office now. That gets me out of the house.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So yeah, man, they go out. They go out sometimes same day because my mail guy doesn't come till later in the afternoon anyhow. So let's say I got one now, I was like, oh, I got another order. It would go out today. So.
Oh wow, okay. So you literally fulfill as the orders come in. You don't like build them up, wait till the end of the week.
Oh no.
Go, all right, let's fulfill 30, 40 copies, and then hold them all in your vehicle, take it to the post office, and send them all at once.
Nope. As soon as they come in, I get them out the door. I like good customer service. People get the stuff quick, and I think that's just part of being good customer service. Besides a quality product, is getting it in their hands. So
nice. Hey, Jay Lee. Hey there, guys. Welcome.
What's up, Jay Lee?
Aria says, I got one new backer today. You win this round, Andy. Now let's watch this trailer here.
1stMan, you know the drill. A college kid is imbued with great power and likes it. Penumbra has other plans and hand delivers him to Monarch, a fun 64-page action-packed comic book harkening back to the glory days of Marvel Comics, only on Indiegogo.
I do love Penumbra and how she's designed.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, you're at 21,471, 401 backers. That's a pretty good amount.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it. So
271 backers on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Cool. 64-page graphic novel for only $25. That's good.
Yeah, and it's square bound, so it's nice and it's heavy. People are, I went with a heavier stock on everything, and people are really liking the quality of it when they get it. So
very cool. You've been in the business over 3 decades.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Doing it for a while, and finally said, you know what? I've got a hero of my own. It's time to put him out into the world. And if you like Peter Parker, Spider-Man's sense of humor, and if you like the cosmic stuff of Captain Marvel, Thanos, and Shazam, Earthbound stuff, then this book is for you, definitely. It's fun. There's humor in it. There's humor, a nice mix of humor and action. Bio pages in the back of all the characters, just like that. So, I love doing that stuff.
Yeah, that sounds like my cup of tea.
Yeah, man.
Kind of stuff I grew up with.
Yeah.
Pure escapism, fun, and that's what appealed to me in things like Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. Their banter and not taking themselves too seriously.
Exactly.
Remind me again, are you a traditional artist or digital?
Oh, it's traditional. It's 50-50. I draw it digitally, but then I print it out and ink it all traditional. So I've got all the original art and stuff. But it's just so much easier drawing stuff digitally with the tools, especially when it comes to laying out perspective and stuff. Makes it a lot easier these days. So
yeah, that's nice.
Thank you.
How are you doing the coloring? Is that also being done traditionally, or do you?
Oh yeah, the color. The coloring is all digital.
Oh, okay.
And it's a different person. I'm not doing the coloring. I hire that out.
Oh, okay.
I'm not fast enough to do all that for sure. And there's just I can color. I've colored other things, but when it comes to certain special effects, there's just things that I don't know how to do, and it just comes down to time management and stuff. So.
Man, super buff muscles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to have a good understanding of the anatomy to be able to work all those muscles.
That's right. It's fun stuff. I like drawing the stuff that I grew up with, and I grew up in a time of just really classic superheroes from the standpoint of it was always the costumes are painted on because that's, you had to draw this stuff on a monthly basis, so you didn't get all intricate with wrinkles and seams and all that stuff. So,
oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, well, I mean that's one of the things. You've got to draw this stuff monthly. So, while it's cool to design these really detailed up fake, costumes, if you got to draw it on a daily basis, man, that's rough.
I thought it was just like a huge appeal or interest in spandex.
No, not really. Advice for young artists: what was the best lesson learned? I mean, one of the best lessons is learn how to draw the human figure, because if you can draw the human figure with all its complexities, then you can pretty much draw anything. If you can learn how to draw a figure and then it's like, oh, I got to draw a tank, it's easy because the human figure is made up of so many different shapes that, when you have to draw something like a car, which is basically just a couple basic shapes, it's easy. So practice drawing the human figure, practice drawing from life. Even if you want to exaggerate the proportions of the superhero figure, it's still good to draw from life, so you can pick up on little details of the human figure. Elbows, for instance, there's things called bony landmarks that everybody has. Your elbow is a bony landmark, your knee, hips, things like that. A great example is when you go to get a job at Disney. Even though most people think Disney and they think, oh, cartoony stuff like Mickey Mouse and Daffy Duck. No, he's not Disney. Wait.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, that's Warner Brothers. But point is, when you go to work for Disney and they want to look at your portfolio, they don't want to see a portfolio filled up with cartoons that they've put out. They want to see a portfolio of life drawing of people and of drawings of animals, and they prefer that the animal drawings were done from life. So in other words, go to a zoo with your sketchbook and draw animals from life. That's what they want to see, because they know that if you can draw the human figure and if you can draw animals, that you can draw Mickey Mouse and you can draw Goofy and the other Disney characters, because those are from model sheets. And that's one of the main differences from animation and comic books is in animation, any cartoon that somebody's working on in animation, there's a model sheet that another artist did that they give to you, so you draw the character on model. So Scooby-Doo looks like Scooby-Doo, and it doesn't matter who draws it. I could draw it and it would look like Scooby-Doo if I used their model sheet. And the same with Mickey Mouse. Like I did a drawing of Mickey Mouse for my daughter back when she was like 2 years old. And a friend of mine saw it that used to work for Disney. And he's like, that's good. But, and I could, if you saw it, you'd be like, oh yeah, it's Mickey Mouse. And he's like, that's good. But there's an actual measurement of where the ears go on Mickey's head when you construct the head from the basic shapes. And, you're like a little bit off and things like that. So, in comic books, there's no specific, Superman model sheet. It's just, this is the Superman costume. However you interpret it in your style, that's what we want. Because in comics, you get hired more off of your style than you do off of, anything else. It's a style, it's an artistic style, business. That's why they hire people. It's like, oh, we like this style. Jim Lee blew up because of his style, his page layouts and his style. And because of that, you got guys like Brett Booth, and I love Brett's stuff, but Brett's like a Jim Lee, mirror in a way, just like, you know, I was mentored and tutored by Bart Sears back when I was in the Kubert school. So for a long time there, my stuff really looked like Bart's. And now my stuff still has aspects of it, just like Brett Booth still has aspects of Jim Lee, but we've also grown into our own. You know, when Brian Hitch started in the business, he was basically an Alan Davis clone, you know, and now Brian is, in the past 20 years, grown into his own thing, where you can kind of still see aspects of Alan Davis, but now you see aspects of Kevin Nolan and Neil Adams and stuff like that. So, you know, there's no specific style guide for comic book guys compared to, you know, animation. So,
right. At most, you usually have like I forget the term for it, but you've got pages where you see like at least 3 views of each character design. So you have like head on,
oh yeah, totally,
side view, and back view.
Yeah, totally. And that's what they do. Well, not only that, but when you work for the companies that have these style guides, sometimes you will just get like the turnaround, like you said, of the front, back, and side 3/4 view of the character. But when it comes to some characters like a Mickey Mouse and things like that, they'll break it down to just the basic shapes with no details, so you can see the shapes the character's made up of to draw it. I have a book on my shelf that Looney Tunes put out for all their characters, like Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny and all that, that literally show the breakdown of all the characters in their basic shapes, so you can draw them and know how to put them together properly.
Oh, very cool. I had to look into that. Sounds like a good book.
It's a good book.
So the key lesson learned is know your anatomy, right?
Yeah, the key lesson is learn figure drawing, because with figure drawing, you can take it and draw cartoony, draw realistic, change up styles, and everything else kind of falls into place easier if you can draw a figure. So,
and do you also spend any chunk of time studying animal anatomy as well?
I mean, not as much, because I'll be honest, when I have to draw an animal like a horse or a dog or cat or whatever, I've got books on how to draw animals, but because I don't draw them that much, I kind of just teach myself on the fly how to do it from looking at the how to draw books I have. And I did have a class in the Kubert school, the Joe Kubert school, where I went for art on drawing animals. And a lot of the things with mammals, you know, 4-legged animals like horses and lions and those, we had a class on comparative anatomy. And if you break down the skeletal system of a 4-legged animal compared to a human, a lot of the same parts are there. It's just we're upright on 2 legs and they're on 4. You know, one of the big things that a lot of the animals don't have are the clavicles that we have right here. Dogs don't have those. I don't think horses do. A lot of the animals don't have clavicles. And that's why they can't. In cartoons, you'll see a horse go splat and spread his legs like this. But a horse can't actually do that. You know, a horse and other animals are just forward motion like this with a little side to side, but not nearly as much as this.
Right.
So, I mean, when I did a book called Claw, which is DC's Conan type character, and I did a Red Sonja Claw book, and I had to draw horses. And when I drew that book like 15 years ago, you know, the last time I drew a horse, I think one of my very first jobs at DC, I had to draw a horse in the story. And then other than that, I hadn't drawn a horse in probably 15 years. So now I'm like, oh God, I got to draw a horse. And, you know, Red Sonja and Claw ride horses. So I got out that book on how to draw animals. And once again, it breaks it down to basic shapes and stuff. And when you break things down to the basic shapes of cylinders and spheres and cubes and ignore all the detail of the anatomy, it makes it a lot easier to draw that stuff.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
But I stay away from it. So I can pretty much tell you in 1stMan Volume 2, there will be no animals. No animals will be hurt in the making of this comic, or be shown for that matter.
Because they won't be there.
Because they will not be there. You know, and well, the funny thing is, like, when I draw a street scene, most of the street scenes I've drawn are in cities. And, you know, when you always want to draw, you know, regular people, you know, I mean, it depends on the script. I mean, if the script says, you know, it's super late at night and, you know, this character is walking down the street by himself, well, then he's by himself. But if it's like, you know, midday Manhattan, well, I mean, when you think of midday Manhattan, you don't think of people walking dogs, right? You think of, you just think of people in suits or casual attire walking down the street as background elements. And yeah, you could draw somebody walking their dog or whatever in the background, but it's just not the first thing that comes to my mind to do. You know?
Where are the service dogs and the purse puppies?
That's right. Where are the service dogs? I got to think about that. But, you know, when I did sample pages to break into the comic book industry, one of the rules back then, and this is still the stuff I tell people when they do sample pages, is when I broke into the industry back in '91, it was do 4 to 5 sample pages, you know, 4 to 5 storytelling pages, because obviously in comics you have to be able to tell, you can tell a story with, you know, sequentially panels and stuff. But the other thing was, you know, if you want to break into comics at Marvel and DC, 4 to 5 sample pages. You want to draw the hero, of course, so you can show that you can draw superheroes, but you also want to draw regular people in the sample pages so the editor can tell that you know how to draw normal, everyday people. You want to draw backgrounds, so obviously the editor's like, okay, this guy knows how to draw buildings and such. And you want to draw, you know, if you can put an animal in there, put an animal in there just so they're like, oh, look, he can even draw animals. So like I did a 4-page, the 4 pages that got me my first job at DC were 4 Starman pages I did. And in the Starman pages, besides obviously drawing, and this was the superhero Starman, Will Payton. So besides drawing the superhero Starman, I drew Will as his normal self. I drew some regular people basically walking down a street in the story. And I did this low angle shot of a street scene. And in the foreground of the shot, I drew a cat, you know, rubbing up against.
Oops. Oh, your camera just froze momentarily.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we are. I drew one of those because Will Payton was getting a newspaper out of one of those. So, you know, I drew everything I was told I should draw in this 4-page sequence to try and land the job.
Nice. Aria says, avoiding animals like Liefeld avoids.
Yeah. I will say, I'm a fan of Rob's art. So I admire what he's done in his career and what he does in general, because I think he really brings fun, excitement to the comics he puts out. So, you know, it's just a different form of cartooning, if you ask me, you know.
Is the superhero genre the area you're most attracted to, the one you want to stick with?
Oh yeah. I mean, that was the other piece of advice breaking into the business too, was when you do sample pages to show editors, do sample pages for what you want to do. So in other words, if you want to draw superheroes for Marvel and DC, your sample pages should be superheroes. It shouldn't be, you know, there was Vertigo at the time I got into business, so it shouldn't be, you know, Constantine or Swamp Thing. Because let's say I did sample pages of Swamp Thing. right? And I got a job doing Swamp Thing. Well, that's cool, but if I don't really want to draw that, and I love Swamp Thing, so this doesn't apply, but I guess a better example would be, I don't know if Marvel was still doing G.I. Joe at the time, but let's say they were doing G.I. Joe. Well, I'll be honest, I never want to draw G.I. Joe because I don't want to draw that many guns. I don't want to draw that many vehicles. I just don't want to draw that stuff. So why would I do G.I. Joe sample pages? You know? So you do sample pages for what you want to do, basically, is the gist. So.
Nice. So checking out some awesome interiors here.
Yeah. Yep. Show some stuff from the book. Definitely. Entice people.
Yeah. It is good stuff, though.
Thanks. Yeah, and then after this, I can share my screen because I've got the preview page up for the Volume 2 campaign, so we can actually show that and show the video for it and stuff.
Heck yeah. Definitely.
Because I've still got the sign-up page going for it as well. So if people want to sign up for it, that would be awesome.
So the pre-launch is up right now? Is live?
Oh yeah, the pre-launch page is up. So if people sign up for Volume 2, they'll get a 10% discount when I launch. I'll be sending out an email to everybody that signs up with a specific link that only they'll get to receive 10% off.
Cool.
Yep.
Scrolling back and forth because I was looking. Wait a minute. So, oh wait, is that Penumbra? Who? Yeah.
That's her.
Penumbra freed him from his bonds. Okay.
Yeah, you just kind of have to read it to get what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, these things always crack me up. I love that you included a pie commercial.
Oh, I've got another one for the second book as well.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, man. I finished that last week actually because I wanted to make sure I had it ready for the campaign page.
And it's got like archival look.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I tell you what, that's probably, besides doing what I naturally do drawing style wise, drawing in I call it a retro 70s, 80s John Buscema type style. So that's what I grew up on, is like, I love it. I could do a whole book that way. I just, I'm not quite, I don't know. I honestly don't know how well a whole book in that style would do. So I'd just rather just stick with the modern, go with the times and what's modern and stuff. The nice thing about that style is I could color it because it's just flat color.
Yeah. I mean, you could.
Well, and I did color it. So I do everything with those ads, pencil, inks, and colors. So
you could one day maybe release a whole, like a trash can book of this style of work. And include it as an add-on and judge the interest that way.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah. I could possibly do like an 8-page story that's printed on thinner paper and try to get it. Yeah, I mean that's true actually.
1stMan program book, extra 40-page containing pinups.
Tell a tale 1stMan from 1970 and draw it in that style. Yeah, you've got me thinking. Yep, the program book, which is also in-house, in my grubby little hands, features shots of, it's right here. This ships out too. There's a tier where you can get both books, or you can get the set, which is the 1stMan book, the program book, and the Bart Sears variant cover. And the program book, like it shows on that campaign page, has different artist renditions of 1stMan in it.
Ooh.
And guys like Alan Davis, Adam Hughes, J. Scott Campbell, Brian Hitch. And it also has sketches and behind the scenes stuff of the making of the 1stMan graphic novel. So, you know, it's for the art enthusiast, or it's kind of like DVD extras that they do of the making of the movie. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I dig that kind of stuff. I like seeing the behind the scenes and the extra and bonus content.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Adam Hughes. I like the Adam Hughes version, how, you know, you see a lot of detail in specific areas, and then it's like...
oh, yeah. I just, you know...
line.
I like to say that takes balls to do, because it takes... a lot of people think that drawing simple, like Alex Toth or Steve Rude, is easy. But actually, drawing simple, I found to be harder, because you have to really think more about what you're leaving out compared to artists that, you know, on a figure, you know, like say Todd McFarlane, that just render up a lot of everything. And I love Todd's another guy's work who I love. In fact, they just Image put out last week for $1 Spawn #1 again. And I was like, for $1, even though I already have the first original Spawn one, I'll buy it for $1.
Yeah.
So I bought it for $1 just to throw it on my spin rack next to my desk. Because I love all sorts of comic styles, but drawing simple is very tough. So when Adam did that, I was like, wow, that is just phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah. It reminds me of this artist that I bought a few prints from, who does like celebrities.
Yeah.
And it looks, it's got the feel of like pencils in a sense, or airbrush. And, you know, there's a lot of focus and time spent like on the eyes of
oh, right.
And then everything else kind of fades out in the fog. It's pretty true.
Well, and there's also a thing like, you know, so obviously one of my favorite artists is Joe Kubert. You know, I love Joe Kubert's work. Obviously, I went to his school. I had him as a teacher for 2 years. Love Joe's work. And Joe's really good at focusing where you should look. Even when it comes to just a figure, like a single figure standing there, he'll render up the detail. He'll do more detail on like the upper body. And then as it gets down to the legs, he'll do less detail, because your eyes attracted the detail just normally. So by doing more detail in an upper body on just a standing figure and less detail on the legs, your eye will focus more on the upper body, and it almost gives you that peripheral vision type of look, like the legs are blurred out, like in real life. Like, you know, I'm looking at you and your face is in perfect focus, detail, and I can, in my peripheral vision, the stuff behind you on your walls, it's like a blur. So if I was drawing that to get that point across in a drawing, I would render up and do lots of detail on your face, but in the background, I might just do shapes that are filled with color just to give the effect of that peripheral vision blur that happens in real life. Right. You take an artist like George Perez, and once again, another guy whose work I love, but George throws all the detail on everything. You know, he would have Superman standing in a street and you'd see all the details in the buildings behind him. And that's great, but it also doesn't really give you a center of focus of where to look, because your eyes competing for all the detail he drew in the panel.
That's true. Yeah. Aria says, I'll share the stream around. It would be cool to get Andy on the Bargain Bin show. Are you familiar with Bargain Bin?
No, I've heard of it, but I've never been on it, but I'd love to be on it. So I'm looking at live streams.
They're a good bunch of folks. You know how...
Is that the clip in the beginning you show? Or?
Oh, no, that's from CGUK. It's a clip from a couple different shows, I think. So you've got personalities like Tommy Mark and Charlie's London.
Yeah. Oh, I know him. Yeah.
And so they kind of started the whole CGUK movement.
Hmm.
And then the more people kind of joined CGUK. And this is kind of like an offshoot or a spin-off from like
Sure.
Russian Troll Factory and stuff called the CGUK Bargain Bin, which is
Oh, cool.
like the next tier, the up-and-coming younger creators.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of four of them.
Oh,
Well, I guess 4 key members of which Arya is one of them. And
oh, okay.
they do regular shows, and they bounce their main program between 2 of the creators.
Oh,
And,
yeah, man. Put a good word in for me.
oh, heck yeah. Totally. They would love to have you.
Yeah,
Let's
I'd
see.
love to do that.
Yeah, fun group of people, just like the whole lot of CGUK. Yeah, this is sweet stuff.
Nice.
Wow. J. Scott Campbell, Brandon Peterson. Was this one of those things where you just reached out to all these creators like earlier in the campaign and said, "Hey, can you draw me something for this?" And
No, actually, to be totally honest, a lot of those were shown in my book, Drawing Dynamic Comics, that came out in the year 2000. And it was in the penciling chapter of the book. And I wanted to show, the point of it was to show that if you learn the drawing tips or lessons I show in this book, you will eventually create your own style. And to show that, here's a bunch of drawings of 1stMan drawn by these different artists that all use the same foundational drawing tips or drawing lessons that we all use. And notice how they all have their own style on the same character. So most of the drawings were printed in that book, but then I realized unless you bought that book, you've never seen them, so why not repurpose them? But I did ask everybody before I did the campaign if it would be okay if I used them, and they were all like, "Oh yeah, go ahead." So
sweet. Speaking of drawing dynamic characters, that campaign is closed. Is this available for sale anywhere? That book you did, you originally crowdfunded, I believe.
what book? Drawing Dynamic Comics?
Yeah, wasn't that?
Oh no, that came out through that came out in 2000 through Watson Guptill. I mean, you can go to Amazon and just punch it in, and it's out of print, but you can buy it used for like $5.
Oh, all right.
You don't mind a used book. I mean, they're not in mint condition, of course, but if you don't mind a used book that might have highlighting in it, or it's been read through, you can get a used one for a few bucks. And then of course some people sell them, you know how it is on Amazon used. It'll be acceptable, good, like new.
Right.
So it depends on how much you want to spend. But the book, unfortunately, it went up to 7 printings, and it's out of print now. So,
oh, all right.
Yeah.
Good deal.
It's something that I should ask. I should ask somebody at the publisher, since it's out of print, if that means I can print it myself. And if I can, I should see if I can get the files from them and reprint it myself.
Yeah, I think people would be interested in that.
Because then I would crowdfund it and I would add new material to it and see if I could get it out there.
That would be cool. I do think it would be of interest to people. In our stay-at-home and no conventions world, I want to give you the chance to own a piece of my original art. Pledge 100, get a copy of the comic book and a head sketch on the inside back cover.
And now I will say I did all the sketches actually on separate pieces of paper, but at the same size, just because, people, I had so much content in the book that the inside back cover of the book is actually the hostess ad.
Oh,
because I added so much stuff to the book that I didn't have a blank page on the inside back cover either. So I did all the sketches on separate pieces of paper so people could frame it or, do whatever they wanted.
Yeah, so that probably ended up being for the better because people want to be able to showcasing
Oh yeah, it totally was.
original art.
Yeah.
When you do these types of sketches, these portraits, are you even laying down any basic shapes or pencils before you ink, or do you jump straight into inking?
Oh no. I draw. No, I'm not that good. No, they're nice finished drawings that are done, you know, on paper and with pencil. Then after pencil, ink, and if I even need to use whiteout, I use a little whiteout. So yeah, no, they're good finished drawings. Yeah, for sure.
Pledge 200, get a copy of the comic book and a single figure sketch on the middle, on the inside, back over the book.
And once again, that's actually, and it's, you know, it's all updated for the new campaign, because the new campaign, I'm offering all that stuff again as well.
Cool.
But it's actually says that it's on a separate sheet and
Yeah,
you know, separate piece. It's Bristol board. It's the nice heavy paper that we draw comics on and everything. So
nice. Original sketch cover. Oh, Spider Woman.
yeah, I think she's still available. I have to check. It would show on the side if it is.
Yeah, Storm. Oh man, I love these. I love these characters.
Thanks.
Original sketch cover art. Is this Power Girl, or
Yep.
in the foreground? Okay.
Yep.
Got Wonder Woman, Batman, Green Lantern.
Yeah. That one sold pretty good. Sold
Flash.
like right off.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, so many characters all in. Oh, so is this like a wraparound then?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I
Yeah.
figured I might as well. I mean, all the sketch covers these days are wraparounds, you know, front and back are blank. So I figured I might as well fill that one up. I always wanted to kind of do something like that with a bunch of characters. So
Penumbra, 8K stretch goal, Penumbra bookmark.
yeah. So as of now, everybody that gets the book gets the bookmark, gets the trading card, and gets the magnet.
Sweet.
So everything they get it all stuffed. What's up, Daniel?
Welcome, Daniel. Hail. Is there anything on the back side of it, like your logo?
Yeah, that's it. You're looking at both sides.
Oh, all right. That is both sides. All right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Exclusive. I'm ready for my close-up.
And the trading card is both sides as well. So it's one trading card and those are the two sides. And then that's a nice 4x5-inch magnet to slap on your refrigerator or your car if you want.
Nice. Yeah, I could use more fridge magnets. I've only got 2 of them so far.
Yeah.
Campaigns. My collaborators. Awesome.
Yeah, why don't we bounce over to the screen I shared and we'll look at number 2, volume 2.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll play the video. Let's see. Oops, hold on. Gotta get the sound.
Oh,
All
there's.
right, so here's the video. That is my video. I actually was able to use a friend of mine, Graham Nolan. That's his video guy.
Oh,
So
all right.
upgrade the video a little bit for this one.
Nice.
So yeah, so I mean, this is pretty much the second campaign. There's the full cover for it for issue 2.
Epicness, fire.
Thank you.
Yeah, good trailer.
So yes, go sign up now. Just search it out, and you guys will get a 10% discount when it launches. Got the brief breakdown of the story. Got some preview art. Got to always have some preview art from the book. I like to show people what they're getting.
Yeah.
That's a double-page spread. The title's Learning Curve because Luke Henry is back on Earth, and he has to learn to become a hero. The only people that know about him are his mom and dad. There he is. This was a fun page where he's like, "Oh, Dad, you're clipping the hedges. I'll help you." Oops. Lit him on fire. Dad bitches at him, so he changes back to Luke Henry and goes in the house to his room. Even a superhero can be sent to his room. Here his dad wakes him up because there's this place. The threat, as you saw in the trailer, is the Fourth World Foundation. So his dad's like, "Hey, this Fourth World Foundation wants to talk to you." So he flies on over to their skyscraper headquarters and is coming in for a landing to talk to that group. We got the character breakdown, Fourth World Foundation breakdown, the mysterious Adonis. Who is Adonis? My buddy Bart Sears did me another variant cover. And the parody ad is back. There's the parody ad. For this one, 1stMan in a half-baked idea.
That was good.
And once again, just the reward tiers, the $100 with the head sketch, $200 gets you a single figure. Of course, the program book, if you didn't get it the first time around. Creators, and then stretch goals for this will be a trading card, but not just a regular size trading card, a 4x6 inch trading card.
Oh,
so
wow.
basically a trading card that's the size of the magnet, a 6x9 mini print, metal bookmark. So this time the bookmark will be metal. And if we reach 25,000, it'll be, I'll add 4 more pages of story. And if we reach 30, I'll add another 4 more pages to the story. And then if we go higher than that, I'll come up with more stretch goals as time comes. Oops. It's Eric McIntyre. What's up? So this will be launching soon. There are lots of different pledge levels. If people missed out on the first one,
launch it.
Like I said, let me. I'll shoot you the link so you can put it. You can put the. I'll send the link over in the private chat.
You might even
so
be
you can
chat.
Let me copy this. Well, I can't add a comment, so I'll let you do it. So there, I just put the link in the private chat if you want to copy that into the main chat.
Yeah.
And yeah, if people go there and sign up, 10% when the campaign launches. And the more the merrier.
All right. Actually, let me add sign up today.
Oh, yes. Please. Please do.
Eric is asking, are you launching it on any stream?
Well, I will be launching, obviously, on my stream. And then from there, I got to reach out to a couple of my buddies and see if I can jump on their streams. and do that. So I can't say day of, besides my stream on hopefully Friday. As of now, all systems look like a go for Friday. So definitely on mine, and then I'm gonna reach out to some peeps to see if I can come on theirs and shout it out as well.
Sweet.
Yes.
That's the way to do it.
Yes.
Oh, shoot. Whoops. Jumping back and forth here. All right. Yeah, that should be pretty exciting. Looking forward already to the second book.
Yeah.
I think I missed it. Are you including a catch-up tier for those who didn't get the first issue?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's a tier for both books as well, and I think I got to look because I'm still working on the last minute things. I'm pretty sure there would be an add-on. So, upon checkout, if you want to add on that or the program book or, whatever that you can. So.
Nice.
Yep.
So in terms of the 1stMan Volume 1 campaign, you've got the 1stMan complete set.
Yep.
So that's issue 1 with
my cover, Bart's cover, and then the program book.
Yeah, nice.
For the completist. And then the program book is 15 by itself. It's a 40-page book stapled. And then, of course, the printed book is 25. Bart's variant cover is 35.
1stMan book,
program book together, of course. And then the sketch tiers.
Oh, nice. 2 out of 10 claims, so there's only 8 to go. Better get in on this.
Well, that's the second time around too. I actually did I sold out of the first 10, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll do them again.
Nice.
So I took that down and put up a new set.
So that's like 12 out of 20.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so the Storm cover is still available, 200. Storm
is, and so is Aquaman Zombie and
oh, okay, Aquaman Zombie. The Walking Dead.
That's right.
Wait, does that mean that this is actually a sketch done on an issue of The Walking Dead by Image?
Yeah, it's on the Walking Dead blank cover.
Oh, okay, all right. And then Storm was done on what? Sketch cover. Okay. This isn't actually on the book, is it?
Yeah, they're all in the sketch covers.
All right.
The blank covers. Yep. I had a batch of blank covers, and usually when I go to a con, I take them with me, and they're already and they're drawn. They're pre-drawn. And because there were no cons last year, COVID, I had all these sketch covers, so I figured, well, I might as well put them up as part of the campaign, sell them somehow. So I've only got a few left.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Spider-Woman's available too. Oh man. Decisions. Oh man. And then you got the single figure commission. 1 out of 10 claimed.
Yep.
And this is one of my favorite.
Well, that's the second that was the second go around too.
Oh, is it really? Oh no.
Yeah, so I actually did 11 figure sketches.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
So on the single figure commission, do you basically choose what you want drawn?
Yep. I tell them to send me. I shouldn't say tell. I ask for a list of 3 characters, and then I pick one, so they still get a surprise, but they get one that they want.
Oh, that's cool. I like that idea.
I did have one person just say, just do whatever you want. And I'm like, are you sure? And they're like, just do whatever you want. And I'm like, okay. So they got Penumbra. Because if you're not going to give me a list of 3 characters, because I don't mind, they could tell me anybody. It doesn't bother me. But you know, if they don't, then it's either going to be 1stMan or Penumbra. So
cool. I would be more than happy with Penumbra.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you don't care what you get, then all right, here's your Papa Smurf.
That's yeah. No, I wouldn't do that. I have a feeling they want some type of hero.
Good morning, gang. Hey, Gingerton, how's it going? Would like that Spider-Man cover. Yeah, isn't that cool? Pick it up while you can.
That's right. Get it while you can.
Welcome, Grumpy Old Ninja Kentaro. Thanks, guys. I thought this campaign went down. I'm signed up for Volume 2 and heading back to Volume 1. Hail.
Woo! Thank you.
Heck yeah.
Back it quick enough, it could go in the mail today.
Hail to Chad and Wrenches. Awesome. Yeah, everybody back this book. This is a really cool looking book. This is one of my favorite parts of the campaigns. The part where you see all the ones that are sold out, all the tiers that are sold out, because it tells you, it reminds me of what I missed out on. And it also does gives you a lesson on, you know, not to hold off longer than you should and get in on it while you can, because, you know, missing out on some good tiers. So there's the Walking Dead Wonder Woman version, Wonder Woman Zombie. That already got scooped up.
Yeah.
Oh, another Wonder Woman one, sketch cover. Yeah, she's a very popular character. And Justice League sketch cover. Yeah, you said that sold pretty fast, eh?
Yeah, that was one of the first ones I put. I think that was actually the first one I put up, because I didn't have those up when the campaign went live. I put them up after a couple weeks in, just as an added thing, and yeah, that one went pretty quick. So I think it actually went to somebody in either Japan or Taiwan.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Nice. So this was 1stMan graphic novel by Andy Smith. And let's check out the trailer once more here.
There you go.
Oop.
1stMan, you know the drill. A college kid is imbued with great power and likes it. Penumbra has other plans and hand delivers him to Monarch, a fun 64-page action-packed comic book harkening back to the glory days of Marvel Comics, only on Indiegogo.
Nice.
Sweet. So yeah, check out 1stMan. If you've already backed it, thank you so very much for your support.
Thank you to everyone. It really does obviously mean the world to me, because you literally are helping somebody get their dream come true out there. I mean, I've been in a business for 30 years, and doing your own stuff is something I've really always wanted to do, but I've never been in a position to, and now I can. Crowdfunding is great, and I really do thank everybody for their support. So
yeah, and if you already backed it, consider backing again. You probably have some friends and family who would love copies of First.
There you go.
Back it once, back it twice, back it 3 times a lady.
That's right.
If by chance you're not in the position to back it today, please consider sharing it all over your social media.
Oh, yes.
Every new set of eyeballs helps.
That's true.
And let's see. All right. Yeah. So back it today. Again, 1stMan Volume 2 is in pre-launch. So get in on that sign-up list so you can take advantage of, is it 10%?
10% off.
All right.
You will get an email with a special link just for you.
Nice. Yeah, so get in on that sign up now before you forget. And sweet. Looks good, looks good.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on again.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm going to give you the floor. Would you share with the world how you can be found on social media?
Oh, of course. AndySmithArt.com. Andy Smith Art on Facebook. Same on Instagram. Same on Twitter. And I have a YouTube channel. Just search Andy Smith. I do a show every morning called Mornings with Andy. It's different. Sometimes I draw on the show. Sometimes I go over past jobs, like today on the show. I went through art that has never been seen for Team X. Team X is Wolverine, Maverick, Sabretooth, and GW Bridge for Marvel. It was a 40-page job that I started back in the late 90s. And 20 pages in, they pulled the plug on it. So I shared those 20 pages of never before seen art. So subscribe, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would appreciate it. And there you go. There's my pimping for the day.
Nice. And as usual, you can find my social media in the description of every stream. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Mark the bell for notifications. Indicate all notifications, so hopefully you don't miss a single stream or video. Want to thank everyone in chat for joining us today. You guys are freaking awesome. Thanks for your support.
Totally.
Thanks also to those who watched this on replay. And here we go. Penumbra is one of my favorite female character designs of the whole 90s. Thank you, sir.
Well,
Thanks
thank
for having them on, WyzGyz. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Missed this one too. I still have my 1stMan from back in the day, but never could complete the run. So I'm glad this campaign is happening.
Thank you.
Very cool. Right on.
Totally.
All right. Well, I want to wish everyone a great day. Enjoy yourselves. Try and take advantage of the beautiful weather. And we will see you next time on the next stream. Bye.
Bye.
Final guest that is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sammetti. The YouTube channel. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.